Well, look at me. I already have a frog in my throat. Well, good morning, my friends. How are you? We were having a pre-party this morning. I was chatting with Diana, with Uli. Boston came in. Heather Max said, good morning from rainy Ohio. Let me tell you what. I went to the store yesterday morning. The fog was so thick. I almost turned around and came back home. And I should have, but I was committed. And I was only going a few minutes. But let me tell you, it was like driving blindfolded. It was horrible. If y'all missed the members live on Friday, it was a ton of fun. You go check it out. You missed a big one. It was hilarious, if you want to know the truth. But I'm glad everybody's here, surviving Christmas. Good morning, Jovi. Danny Dane said, it was great. We even had an Idiot of the Year. Idiot of the Year. So don't be shy. Get over there and check that members live. Let me tell you what. Now, as you know, I only did one show last week because my mother-in-law passed away and, well, a lot was going on. So I'm pretty rusty right now, okay? Like, it's like everything has changed. And it was only a few days, but I'll get back in the groove of it. I will. I promise. By the way, I was telling Nufflin good morning this morning, and my autocorrect changed it from Nufflin, Knuflon, to knifin. Knifin. What the hell is a knifin? That's not even a word, is it? It's certainly not anything that I've ever typed before. So now I've got it in my brain to start calling her knifin. And I want to say thank you very much to Uli Girl. She says, I love the CLO community. Well, we love you too. Let's take a second and tell everybody good morning. Hola. Hi. Howdy. Glad you're back. Woo! All right. Lot going on. Okay, it's one slap in the face after another for little Summer Wells. For one, it seems to me that she's kind of been forgotten about. Okay? I'm not blaming anybody at all. I'm just saying it kind of seems like she just isn't really mentioned or shared near as much. Coco Pop said, my personal fave is Paper Slut. That was hilarious. Yeah. And that was a true autocorrect from my phone. True autocorrect. I couldn't believe it. Actually, where is his ass? So on top of there being no reward, because contrary to what some people say, that reward was stolen from her. Now let's go through a few of the cast of characters. Besides the obvious, which is Dawn and Candace. Can't really put too much faith in them to do the right thing. We have Grandis. Okay. Not only were 2 of her grandchildren taken by the state of Wisconsin, but she was on the hill when Summer disappeared and when her 3 grandsons were taken by the state of Tennessee. Good morning, Mama She. What grandmother could sit there and watch that? What grandmother could look at that pit of a house, dirty kids being yelled at, excessive alcohol abuse, excessive drug abuse, that freaking party that they probably thought would never stop when Jose was dropped off by Andrew Hiltz, comes all the way from Gloversville, New York. Turn around, they go back, but they leave Jose like he's a spare tire on the side of the road. Goodness. We have Jody Sue. She hasn't shut up in 3.5+ years. Everything she says sounds like a damn riddle and it doesn't make any sense. But in that riddle, she never explains to us with all of the knowledge that she knows. All of it. why she never did anything. Now, she says she did, but she can't give you a case number. And in Tennessee, when you file a CPS report, you have to give them your email. By the way, I do know this from experience. And then they email you back, this is your case number for tracking. You would think with all her information that she would be like, and this is when I filed it. This is the case number. We have the newlywed, Fred the newlywed. He's been spouting a lot of stuff lately. I just get clips of it. Allie, may she rest in peace. She had a lot to say about how all the children were treated. Leslie, again, may she rest in peace. She had a lot to say. Part of what she said was when Candace told all the kids, the boys, to get out of the pool, and she made them lay on hot pavement, that Grandis was there. Lisa, JSB must think she's Jesus, the way she speaks in parables. Yeah, she's truly a Jesus in her mind. Cocoa Pop took the words in my mouth. Exactly. Jose gets dropped off on the hill and they all wanted to make a Jose sandwich. Every one of them. Grandis, who I thought she was into women, if you know what I mean. She was trying to get on the pogo stick. Candace wanted a piece of that. Remember, she told Chris McDonough she didn't remember Jose's name, even though he lived with her for quite some time. And she just referred to him as some Mexican dude that was into Allie, because he likes chicks with dicks. That's what she said. All right. We have Sherry. Who said a lot about how the kids were treated. Allie's daughter, True. She gave quite a testimony over what sound like close to overdosing when Candace brought Summer over at like 2, 3 in the morning because she was afraid to take her to the ER. Hunter. Hey, Hunter's of age now. Absolutely. Kathy, the friend, even though she wasn't there before, but that's up in the air. Because I've had quite a few people tell me, no. They knew each other a few months before Summer went missing. Poof, evaporated. That's the short list, my friends. I'm not even getting into everybody. Chris said the character of all involved or self-involved, I like that word, self-involved, has been aired out for all to see. There's our buddy John Q. He said, good morning, Miss Brooks. Salute to everyone. How was your Christmas, John Q? So happy you're back. Get in here, you old stranger. Get in here, you old stranger. Grasshopper said, remember Jose saying people will be surprised as to who all is involved. That has really stuck with me. I was talking to Diana a few days ago. And I said another thing that really stuck out to me, and it still gives me chills just to think about it, is when Chris McDonough had to scoot his ass down into the dungeon, and he had a look of total shock on his face. Total shock. He says to Candace, thank you for this. He said, I understand Summer now. Dipshit Candace looks at him and goes, you're welcome. Honey, that was not a compliment. That was not a compliment. For one, he probably thought, I'm going to get ambushed when I get down there. Thank goodness I got a camera. Yeah, a lot of people forget where I get the old stranger thing that we say on here quite a bit. Let me refresh your memory. This is Candace shamelessly flirting with another man for, well, anyone that watches to see. Get in here, you old strangers.
But yeah, it's insinuating. Is that Ernie?
Yeah, that's Ernie.
Yeah, that's Ernie.
Okay, come up, Ernie, if you want
Yeah,
to.
he needs to come up and say hi, the old stranger.
Get up here, Ernie.
Everybody's saying that you ditched me the other day when you come up here, which I know Ernie's in and out all the time. So Ernie don't really.
Yeah, he ditches everybody.
He does.
I've been trying to call him for weeks. He freaking won't even answer his phone.
I know. Ernie's just Ernie.
Unless he wants to be mean to me. That'll send me a message.
But yeah, I mean, he's more than welcome. Don B, if you want to come up here and you got things to say, well, you need to come up here and apologize to Candace. This is your chance to make things right. There's Ernie on.
I'd like to talk to
Ernie.
Hey.
Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing?
Pretty good.
Well,
Do you remember me, Ernie?
I do remember you.
Okay.
We got lips up here.
Okay.
hey, stranger.
How you doing?
I'm doing all right. How you doing?
Oh my God, is that
Great.
Candace?
She's doing great.
Yeah.
She's doing
Yeah.
great.
Well, Candace, you looking pretty good today.
I'm
Every
trying
day.
my best.
Her
That's
hair's
good.
all long and stuff.
She's doing good, Ernie. She's doing real
Looks
good.
like straight and dried up and got your headphones set on. Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Living
good.
the good life.
I love you,
good.
Jinky.
That's her new nickname, Can.
Can.
You mean can't. Can't cook a meal, can't balance a budget, can't clean her house, can't keep her kids out of foster care. Can't is her name. So there's freaking Ernie. Get up here, you old stranger. Earn to burn. Okay? She turns that camera on. She's in a great mood. Great mood. Having a great time with her friends that call her Can. Flashes that gummy grin. Didn't have her teeth in. I'm doing good. In all her braless wonder. Like anyone is going to run for that. They're going to run, but it's going to be the other way. It's going to be the other way. All right. This was sent to me over the weekend. I want to discuss it with my friends in here. It's from our friend Cursed with Curiosity. She clipped it from Ziggy, I believe. So yeah, check them out. But I want to talk about this with my friends since the subject is how much they all cared. Now, I'm going to give a few people a break, okay? Because you can only call CPS so many times before they just, who said, they're going to really do anything. I mean, it's been one crazy thing with them after another. But I haven't ever heard a case number, a date, nothing. So this goes along with it because for whatever reason, Fred the newlywed, he's been saying quite a few things lately. Let's go through this.
There was one right before you get to Don Wills' driveway, on the other side of the road, where you guys stop right there on Dobbs' property on the corner.
We're at Don. I said Don, the blue roof Don, they call him, because he has a blue roof. Like, his name's Don too, the one that lives at Beach Creek in Ben Hill.
Okay, so we haven't heard about Blue Roof Don in a long time. We haven't heard about him in a long time. But Fred is saying there is some camera that would have caught something. There's a camera that would have caught something. You've got to be kidding me. Why is this just now coming out? Or is this another Jody Sue thing, like where she said she had cameras but caught Dawn on her property taking the SIM cards? Well, don't you think the authorities would have been concerned about that? Besides trespassing, it's stealing, okay? I don't think Don is smart enough to know what a fucking SIM card is. He'd be more of a get a gun, get a baseball bat, knock the damn cameras down, and then take them back home. I don't really think he would even knows what a damn SIM card is. Real Rockin' Robin, she said no camera at Dobbs' property when we were down there. This is just coming out. You've got to be kidding me. Stillwater said, I'm missing you, Brooks. Something fierce. Boy, I missed all of you guys. Woo, I missed all of you guys for sure.
I talked about Jackie Dobbs.
Oh, okay. But Jackie Dobbs didn't have put up a camera, did he?
Jackie Dobbs didn't put shit out. He was too busy getting chased off by the neighbors. Gotta be kidding me. So, what's the camera gonna be for? Come on.
No, I had a camera set up there.
Now, why would Fred have a camera to look at Jackie Dobbs' property? Why? It was just empty lot, empty land. He didn't get a chance to do anything with it when all this shook loose.
Oh, okay.
I had a camera set up where deers and stuff that come out of the bank.
Okay.
There's trail cams all up down that holler that people don't realize.
Pretty good.
So somebody was just texting me saying that there wasn't any cameras up there until after Summer went missing. What, do you know anything about that?
Now, we heard this from Mr. Benny Keys that he helped put cameras up. He had access to the app where he could monitor it. Again, this is after Summer went missing. Hey, you guys, it is raining in here. Our favorite fisherman and amazing daddy, Zach Walker, just gifted 5 Crime Lines and Lies memberships. All right, had a very important comment from Real Rockin' Robin. Hold on, give me a second. Like I said, I'm a little rusty. My friends. There you go, Rockin' Robin. This is what you call duh. This is what's called an obvious question. First thing I asked, I said it in a different way. I said, well, then who the hell collected all the cameras? Don's as dumb as a corroded dog turd, okay? So you cannot tell me that he knows what a SIM card is and he did some sort of Mission Impossible jumping from tree to tree, taking SIM cards out of Jody Sue's cameras. No. And then this. These people can't rub 2 dimes together, but they set up some sort of surveillance on Jackie Dobbs' property. What the hell?
Yeah, those cameras there before someone went missing. They went none on Will's property, but those cameras on that road, yeah.
Oh, okay. So where exactly?
Okay, hold on. I'm going to go back to that. Dixie in Tennessee Mountains. She said, good morning from Hawkins County, Tennessee. I would love for you to grab the link, come up here with me. You don't have to turn your camera on. Say hi. Because I'd love to hear from a local the buzz, you know, the word on the streets. Little Bit said, Brooks, I enjoyed the visual of Don as Tom Cruise. Well, to Don, in his mind, he is Tom Cruise. He doesn't really have any sense of reality about himself. Let me put it that way. But this has got me very perplexed about these cameras.
Summer went missing. What, do you know anything about that?
Yeah, those cameras there before someone went missing. They went none on Will's property, but those cameras on that road, yeah.
Oh, okay. So where exactly, like, can you see the camera there now, or?
You should, yeah.
And it's right there at Ben Hill and Simpson?
Yeah.
Okay.
On the left side of the road, as you go past that next driveway from Simpson Lane.
Okay.
It's on the Thompson's driveway.
Oh, the Thompson's driveway. Okay, the Thompson's driveway. Oh, okay.
It's the next driveway past Andy's.
It's the next driveway up past Andy's?
At Andy's, yes.
Is it on the left or right? Like,
It's on the same side Andy's is, on the left.
oh, really? But you can't see 110, can you? With the, so,
No, it's pointing the other way.
so all you can see is who passes, basically.
Yeah.
Well, that would be important. Would that not be important? To know who was going up and down that road? The day that Summer disappeared? Good morning, Stephanie. Hey, Chrissy. Uh-oh. Hey, it's Pat K. It is Pat K. This is insane. Maybe they do know about the camera, and that's the reason that the TBI said to Candace, because she let this slip, that they told Candace that they know. Not think. They know that after she got home from fiddle farting around and that made up story about the bum knee, Grannis's knee is plastic. So we have the bum knee, hippie house, cheese and milk, Warriors Park, screwing around at alleys. But they said when she got home, they know she left 2 more times. Now, she left that out when she was talking to Chris McDonough. Not that he's investigating the case. No crime in her lying to Chris McDonough. But wouldn't you think that's a very, very important part of her timeline? So maybe these cameras are known. I don't know.
Okay.
In this case, it's the vehicles and stuff that passes by their driveway. They picked up because people were stealing stuff off of around their mailbox and stuff.
Yeah.
So that's why it was set up.
People were stealing things from around their mailbox and stuff. So that's why they put the camera there. Okay, that makes sense. That would make sense. I'm going to assume it's like Amazon boxes and stuff like that. Well, take your pick as to who on that road was picking up other people's packages. Take your pick. Dawn, Candace. That could be the way that Dawn Christmas shopped. Oh, just give this to Candace. I mean, come on. Take your pick of who was stealing the mail.
And you actually saw Candace walking on that camera? Like they showed? Or was she walking or driving?
She was walking at that time.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so he has seen on their camera. I really hope this footage was made available to law enforcement and not just Fred the newlywed. So where was she walking? Remember, he said Candace was walking at that time. Now, an actual time, like around 1 p.m., around 2:30, would help with her timeline that's never been made any sense and has got tons of holes in it.
And trust and believe. Anything came out about Fred, him lying to me, like straight up, or anything suspect, like we get back that those were human bones or something from TBI, I'm going to be suspicious. I don't blindly support him. I just still talked with him because they haven't lied to me. And that's why I decided to trust them. If they lie to me, then that trust is going to be broken. It's ridiculous.
Now, I mean, their relationship is their relationship, but I think it goes without saying, if you catch someone lying to you over and over, you're going to go, yeah, I can't really trust this person.
And that's why I decided to trust them. From, if they lie to me, then that trust is going to be broken. It's ridiculous. It's rude to Laura. You know what I mean? It's rude. That is disrespectful AF to Laura. I'm just sticking up for what I know is the truth. If I see anything, if there's something, trust me, I'm not like going to defend anything. If you guys know, I'm not gonna. If anything came up, I would be disgusted.
John QQ said, Ziggy's married to Fred? Oh, yeah. It's quite the Harlequin romance, or as we call it, the Holler-Quinn romance. Okay? Yep.
If Fred was involved in anything, I would be absolutely appalled, disgusted. I would be, oh my God, I don't even want to even think about it. But I wouldn't be like, double down like most of these creators do. Wouldn't just be like, explain it away or deflect it away. I would be like, guys, my judgment must be extremely skewed and I must be in the wrong community. So I'm going to go just to the tarot community. Just call me out. Wait. We'll see if there's ever any bold lie that comes out that is proven as a straight up lie that Fred's told me. Watch, I will not. If I have proof, now it has to be proof. It can't be his sister saying it. Okay? If I see proof, I will no longer support him in the least. Supposedly now, this guy that saw Summer, or not Summer, I'm sorry. Okay, supposedly this guy that saw Candace the day Summer went missing, it was when Candace was in the vehicle at the end of the driveway, and he says it was, now I'm being told it was 4 to 4:30, but last time I was told it was 4:30 to 5, so I'm like, oh. But now we know it wasn't walking, because that never made sense. Like, that is so far.
She was driving Grandis's vehicle.
I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
Can you just lay out what Dad said? Like what he had told?
Well, she wasn't walking in the vehicle. Okay, so he has seen footage that Candace was just walking down the road. Okay? Candace said, or can't. When she realized Summer was missing, that she took off to go find her. She said in Grandis's truck, which would make sense, because that's when the whole did she see Jody Sue or not story came around. So it's like, what is it? What is it? Because that's what she said. That's her account of the afternoon when her daughter went missing. Well, she said that they were planting flowers, had to wash their hands. Yeah, right. I believe the planting flowers more than they washed up. Okay. She walked her over to the house, told the boys to watch her. Came right back in. First thing she asked is, where's Summer? They said, down in the dungeon playing with her toys. Okay. So she rushed down there. Rushed. And she was gone. Because she's given 2 different accounts about who she saw and what was going on. But she says everybody lies except for Can't. This is what she said.
I don't know about Jackie Dobbs. I've just heard about him. I don't know about Jody Stu. I've talked to Jody Stu time and time again. And every time she talks to me, her story has changed.
Like in how?
Okay, like, for instance, like, she said that she was down on the bottom after she heard somebody scream or whatever. She was never at the bottom of that driveway. I drove down there faster than she could fucking fly.
Okay. So she said, so the scream, of course, is out of the question now, right? There was no scream, right?
There's no scream, dude. She's maced all that shit up. Lie. I can't lie. It's not in my metabolism.
Okay.
Now, if she was standing down there, was that after Summer came up missing?
I don't know when she got down there. I just know when I drove down to my mom's truck, she was down there.
Okay.
Was she already looking, or was she doing something different?
She was just standing on the corner.
Very, very interesting.
Right.
Was it surprising, you coming down the drive knowing your daughter?
Yeah, because usually Jody Sue don't walk around. Why? I can't lie.
Motab Monday. Lie, I can't lie. It's not in my metabolism. All right, so first she says Jody Sue's lying because no way was she outside. Okay? She forgot her lie. She gets on Prayer Garden with Benny, who she had a crush on at the time, and said she was just standing on the corner. Usually she's not walking around outside. She was just standing on the corner. Well, who gives a shit? Why didn't you? If she was standing on the corner, why didn't you ask her, have you seen Summer? I'm trying to find her. No. She was hauling ass. So two different stories. And then we have two different stories with this camera situation. The camera caught Candace walking down the road. Now remember, she said she went for a walk. And when she came back, Summer was gone. We also heard she was doing dishes and had her back turned, and Summer walked out. She said she was pouring cereal. And Summer walked out. The kid just walked out the door, to go to town and, grab a pack of smokes type of thing. And then we wonder why here we are coming into 2025 and nothing with this case that we know of is moving. Dixie in Tennessee Mountain says, I don't believe any of that because why wouldn't she go out the basement door looking for her instead of coming back up the stairs? I don't believe it. No. Common sense. Common sense. If you all could take a second and please hit the like. Please hit the like. I told you I'm rusty and I keep forgetting the routine. Are you for real? Exactly. I can't believe it's been this long either. We had a little boy in Catoosa, Oklahoma, not too far from me. He did walk out of his house. He certainly did. Mama calls the police. They're all hands on deck. A few hours later, he's delivered back to his mama. Scared her to death. Scared her to death. And yeah, this picture of Laura scares me to death because she doesn't look nothing like this. And I want to know what filter this is because she's got very, very deep, like meth scars, like she like picks at herself a lot. Okay. If you saw the real Laura, fuck, that'd be like, ooh,
That just that she was when he came in the holler and pulled up that she was parked at the bottom of the hill, and that she was. I think he said she was hollering for Summer, and he turned around, looked at him, and hollered at him and asked him if he knowed if we was home, and he just kind of looked at her like, well, duh, the truck's not here,
Right. Exactly.
And I mean, we was all pretty rude to him. I'm not gonna lie, because they wasn't very stand-up people.
Exactly. And then he follows her because you guys weren't home. He follows her out of the holler.
Out of the holler.
And she was actually there looking for Summer at that time. And what time?
Now, it's a sad day in Hawkins County or actually anywhere in America when a piece of shit like Laura says someone else is not a stand-up person. I actually feel a tad bit offended on behalf of Dawn and Candace. Well, hell, exactly, Debbie. They weren't very stand-up people. Well, then why'd you let them hang out at your house? Yeah.
And you said Fred and you had to get somewhere before 4 o'clock?
well, yeah, we had to be at the scrapyard for 4 o'clock to haul car off.
And what time did you guys actually leave?
Shoot, we was pushing it. It was about 3 or 3:15 because everything that could go wrong did go wrong.
Okay, so basically you guys were going out of the holler when Candace and Grandis and Summer would have been coming in to go home. So
It
now
seemed like we passed them on Lone Star.
on Lone Star, where, how far, like how many is that before she would have gotten to her home?
About 8 minutes, 10 minutes.
Boom.
"3:09 p.m. on Lone Star Road. Good morning, I see Marie. This is getting even. This old brain can't take it. This old brain can't take it.
They even showed me a picture of Candace walking by that camera that day too. I don't know
Wow.
if I get in trouble for saying it or not, but you know, but
Well, I won't
they-
put.
they're
I
both
won't.
on film.
I mean, I won't put it out unless. I mean, it's that incident was a different day.
Yeah.
Holy
Yeah,
shit!
They even showed me a picture of Candace walking by that camera that day too.
Do you know what time Fred left the holler on June 15th?
Okay. Fred the Newlywed. His sister, she goes by Ellie on YouTube. I'm not going to put her real name out. That's rude. She's kind of been, what's the cool word people on YouTube say? She's kind of been debunking. Isn't that what they say? Debunk. She's kind of been debunking what Fred's been saying. It really makes me wonder what the hell is really going on. Could he actually remember what was going on that day? Because at that time, we know he was in the throes of addiction. I mean, that's what he said. I'm not accusing him of anything. That's just what he said. I imagine they were all lit up, hence why they don't really have a lot of cooperation that they can use. But it is sick AF that reward was stolen from Summer to where the short list of cast of characters has no reason to say anything.
No, I don't. What I know is the statement that Julie gave to TBI, and that was that she had came to Dad at 165 10, 15 minutes before 3. She had been working on her lawnmower and needed to borrow Mom's little toolbox. And she was there just long enough to grab that toolbox. And she said she left about 3 or 3:05. And when she came in and when she left, there was nobody loading a vehicle. She did not see Fred.
Okay, this is important. This is important. She says Fred wasn't even loading a car at 3 o'clock to pull over and let anybody by because my sister was there, and her statement to the TBI was that she did not see Fred on the road at that time. The sister was there. She gave this statement to the agents.
She met a white truck when she came back out and had to back all the way up to Dad's driveway to let him in the holler. And when she got down to Andy's property, there was a blue, I think it was a blue Blazer sitting there, and the back hatch was raised, and there was a skinny man standing there with a ball cap that was putting something in the back of that Blazer, that he would not turn around and look at her. And she said,
Okay, does anybody know where this picture came from? because we have a red truck. The Blazer is Jackie Dobbs. Shouldn't be suspicious that he's on his own property. So Ellie knows about the Thompsons having camera footage as well.
He was sort of, at first she thought it might have been Fred. But then she said it wasn't Fred, but he had the same kind of build as Fred.
Okay, well then who's the tall, skinny guy? Because I would assume it would be Fred too. It's not Fred, but he had the same build as Fred. Angel P, thank you for the 5 Crime Lines and Lies memberships. Y'all come running. This is great. Look at this. Chris Marie, Miss Tony. Dixie got one. Debbie. Woo! 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 This has really got me perplexed, okay?
First she thought it might have been Fred. But then she said it wasn't Fred, but he had the same kind of build as Fred. And she reported that to the TBI also. But there was no vehicle being loaded up or hauled off or nothing like that.
Give like a basic rundown of your day on the 15th, like basically how your day started, and then like, sorry for making it difficult. Like, oh, I get up, we're working on cars, and then we pass Andy, or all that stuff, and then we get back at this time and that time. Can you give us a little rundown?
Well, we got up and Fred went down the holler, tried to load that car, and he couldn't get it loaded by himself, so he come back up there and got me. And that was probably about, I think it was about 12 o'clock, I guess.
Okay, about noon.
By the time we got it loaded, because it was a pain in the ass. By the time we got it loaded,
loading it at that time,
it was almost 2:30.
It was just you and him loading it, or
yeah.
Chad was not there helping you?
No, we wasn't.
Okay.
What the hell's in the water? How the hell do they know? I mean, how do we have all these different stories? On the day that a little girl, a beautiful little girl, vanishes. How?
It was just me and Fred.
Okay.
Was the car dead?
Yeah, the car, it was a junk car.
Oh, what kind of car was it?
A Ford Escort, a blue one. It had a hatchback.
Okay.
It was about an 80 model.
It's pretty heavy?
About 80 something. Yeah.
Just so y'all put it on there then, huh?
Yep.
You had to use what, chains to fold up there or something?
Chains and winches.
Okay.
So you're saying down there, you're talking about then down at his mom's property? That's where that car was?
Yes.
Okay, let's look at this again. Boy, that's a hunk of junk.
Just so y'all put it on there then, huh?
Yep.
You had to use what, chains to fold up there or something?
Chains and winches.
Okay. So you're saying down there, you're talking about then down at his mom's property? That's where that car was?
Yes.
Okay. Was it at his mom's or was it at 207?
We had to unhook a trailer and scotch it and then take the truck and pull the damn car up on the trailer.
Over at the 168 property then, at his mom's?
167.
Oh, 167. Okay.
Has anyone noticed, maybe I'm reaching too far here, tell me if I am, that everyone, the obvious is summer, everyone had an unusual day, okay? Jody Sue says she was on high alert. I can't imagine her being on high alert, but that's what she said. Jody Sue was on high alert because of the tree trimmers. I guess she thought one of the tree trimmers was going to do something to her. I don't know. Laura's saying that afternoon, nothing went right, and they decided to go haul cars. I'm like, what? The F? We already know about Candace's day. I mean, it was helter-skelter.
All right. And then you guys, did you go back up to the 207 property after that, or did you go straight to the junkyard from there?
Straight to the junkyard. So they was about to close.
Was that when you passed, and then from there, when you guys left, is when you passed Andy? you there?
Hold on just a minute.
Okay, no problem. Is it
A little better. Go ahead.
So you said after the trailer, did you pass Andy when you guys were leaving?
We were still trying to get the trailer loaded. I think. And Andy went in because Fred had to move the truck out of the road.
Mm-hmm. So you guys had to move. You guys had to pull over.
Yeah, he had to move the truck out of the way.
So it would have been between like 12 o'clock and 2 o'clock then, about the time between that time frame that you would have seen him?
Yeah, because we left that day about 2:30.
Okay.
So
Now, they closed at the junkyard at 4.
Because he was saying 3 to 3:30. He was saying.
Might have been.
Okay. So it could have been anywhere from 2 to 3:30. So it could have been. So basically, it could have been any time between 2:30 and 3:30.
Yeah.
As far as because see, Fred's saying 3 to 3:30, but I've also heard the 2:30 time.
What the hell is this? Wheel of Fortune? Pick a time, anytime, pick a time. An hour is a big gap, but it could be 2:30. It could be 2:30. Now, I may not know something to the minute, but I mean, on a very unusual day, and the day that Summer went missing has to be a very unusual day, I'd be pretty on top of my times. I would love to be a fly on the wall when TBI, FBI, even those goofballs at Hawkins County are talking. I would love to be a fly on the wall, what they're really thinking. Good morning. Hey, Jude. How was your Christmas, honey buns? Because after 3.5+ years, they know more than just these fabricated stories that came from Can't.
Did you see Don that day, like Fred did, like earlier in the day?
No, I wasn't with him when he seen me that morning.
Okay.
Were you with Fred when Fred saw the girl in the car?
No.
Okay, because Fred saw a car out there with a girl in it also.
Yeah, he saw it. I don't think she. So you didn't see the truck pass. You just saw Andy. You didn't see any other vehicle, did you?
I seen another truck that day, but I remember seeing the people at the road or the tree trimmers.
About 7 o'clock evening, she done do all everything. Well, I probably come in about 8.
But you had already been in.
The whole holler shut down, you know.
You had already been in earlier that day, though, right? You were already in earlier that day, right? That's just when you
Yeah,
came.
I've been here all day up to about, I don't know, probably about 5:30 or something. That's when I went out, and then I come back in and got my trailer to haul that motorcycle. So that probably put it around 6:30 or something over there, between 6 and 6:30.
So right before
I didn't see nothing, nobody right there.
Right when she was.
At that time, you know. But when I come back,
Insanity. And all of these different stories, he might be the biggest shithead in the world. He might be salt of the earth. I don't know. But all of these different stories coming from Fred the newlywed is why Andy called Detective Pruitt. He put this on his channel, wanting to know if he's in some kind of trouble. And this is what Pruitt said to him.
Sheriff's office.
Yeah, I was just trying to get a hold of Detective Pruitt. I was trying to find out a couple things about something.
Hold on just a minute.
Thank you.
Okay, Jam 420. This is my jam. She said, I know for a fact he was on the road. Now, are we talking about Fred? And no one's accusing Fred, by the way. No. Or are we talking about Andy? because Jam said she heard from an extremely reliable source, extremely reliable. He was on the road. I just want to make it clear who the he is. Because if Jam heard it, she's got a bullshit detector. She would know it's true.
Detective Pruitt.
Yes, sir. How you doing today?
I'm fine. How are you?
All right. My name's George Bernard, Andy Bernard. I live at 125 Ben Hill Road. I was just trying to figure out some information, maybe, possibly.
What about?
Boy, we got away with words. Figure out some information, maybe, possibly. Jam said it's not from Fred, so believe me, law enforcement knows it's okay, but it's a reliable source. So we're talking about Fred. Fred was on the road. Possibly, maybe.
Just trying to figure out some information, maybe, possibly.
What about?
Well, okay, for 3 years, I've been wrapped up in the middle of the Summer Wells case. For a while now, Fred, my cousin, has been saying that I was on the road that day. Nobody else has questioned me after I left my residence, when I separated from my
You're cutting in and out, sir. I can't hear half of what you're saying.
Can you hear me better now?
Loud and clear. Loud and clear. And Pruitt is very condescending. I don't expect him to say, hang on, let me get my file and I'll go through everything that we have. I don't expect him to do that. But he just kind of acts like everything is a bother to him. Have you noticed that?
A little bit.
Okay. I left my residence, didn't go back till September. I went through a separation in the process. I mean, I was just wondering, I was just trying to figure out if there was anything I could do, needed to do. Do you need to talk to me, see me? I mean,
sir.
I mean, was I on?
Unless concrete leads come up that we can sort of verify the direction it's headed, we're just accepting concrete leads, and your name has not come up.
Okay. Well,
That, and I wouldn't put too much faith in what Fred Hill is saying.
well,
And the truth is, Pruitt's playing it safe, okay? He's playing it safe. Andy, he doesn't have any questions for him. He's not asking him anything. And he's got him on the phone. He could easily do it. He could be like, well, since I have you on the phone. He could be as guilty as the day is long, but he's not going to tell him. But he would ask him questions. It doesn't appear to me that Andy's hiding. But that's just me.
And your name has not come up.
okay. Well,
That, and I wouldn't put too much faith in what Fred Hill is saying.
well, I kind of knew that for the rip, but for 3 years, this has kind of been affecting me for 3 years.
I understand, sir, but like I said, your name is not relevant to the investigation, so you don't have anything to be concerned about.
Oh, that must sting. That must sting. I can't imagine when some of these people hear, you're not relevant to this. You're not relevant. Jam 420, I want to know about this too. Yeah, no one's accusing Andy of doing anything. And it's not a crime to be on any road, but it's certainly not suspicious to be on your own road. So why on earth can he not just say, yeah, I was on the road?
Okay, I greatly appreciate that. That eases my mind a lot, and I greatly appreciate you, sir.
Have a good day.
Now, with all this going on, and I really, really think it's wonderful that people still talk about Summer Wells. I do. And again, I'm not picking on anybody. It's sad, like when, cases die down. I mean, we want them solved. We want people convicted. 100%. We're not trying to just, resurrect, more drama. But she's missing. Poof. Poof, missing. Now, but the Jackie Dobbs thing, I really don't know why that would even come back up. It's like, how many times are they going to blame this old man for something he had nothing to do with? Exactly, V. Oakley. Someone did something. Someone did something. And I would just think that in 3.5+ years, law enforcement would have a pretty damn good idea of what went down. Okay, this is put together by Criminal. Love her videos. So we're going back to Jackie Dobbs. This sums it all up for me. It really does.
Jackie Dobbs bought a small piece of land next to Andy and Jody Sue on Ben Hill. On June the 14th, the day before Summer vanished, he went there with plans to stay. But as he arrived, he got into an argument with Andy and Jody Sue over property lines. Recently, Don B released a 48-minute-long conversation with Dobbs where he explains his version of events. If you feel like watching the entire conversation, I really recommend it, and you'll find a link in the description box.
I got there on the 14th of June in 19 and 20 and 21. I got there right before 4 o'clock. And guess who the first person that comes by in a white Sonoma pickup is? That's Don.
Yeah.
It seemed to me that Don had something on his mind.
And this was the day before?
Yeah, the day before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he seemed like he had something on his mind. You ever see a man have like 1,000 miles?
Okay, this coincides with what Dudley said. When he said Don was looking at his phone, got thrown off, I'll put it that way. Okay. He said he looked at the phone as if he had just lost his best friend. Jackie Dobbs sees him. And he goes, it was like he was preoccupied. He had something on his mind. And I think we all know Don is not what you would call a deep thinker. Okay? Don is not what I would call a deep thinker. I mean, this is about as deep as it gets. This is Don, I guess, advocating for Summer.
Every night when I wake up to piss before I go to sleep, I go to sleep. I go to sleep every night praying for Summer and begging God and asking Him why. Very first thought I have every night when I wake up to piss before I go to sleep, I go to sleep. I go to sleep every night praying for Summer and begging God and asking Him why.
Every night when I get up to piss. What? That's when you do. That's when you're thinking of your daughter. Hey, Jude said, yeah, he's as deep as a puddle of piss. And thank you, Zach Walker, member for 26 months, said Summer's army will not let up. No. Oh, he's a nasty bastard.
Note how he claims Don seemed to have something on his mind, which reminded me of Dudley's statement.
He was the one that was sitting on a damn toilet the day that he fired me, staring at his phone like he lost something in his life. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, it does. It coincides. It does. These people don't know each other. They can't make up all these stories. Nicey Marie says, in my opinion, why chase Dobbs off his property, which they did? What are they hiding in that area that they didn't want an outsider around? That's a really important statement, and I see Marie. Okay, so he said he was sitting on the damn toilet the day that he fired me, staring at his phone like he lost something in his life. You see what I'm saying? Now, according to Don, he was looking up a YouTube video to get a description of how a math head works. And I don't mean math as in numbers. As if Don doesn't understand that sort of activity. Okay? Don can probably take one look at someone and tell you what they're on, okay? He said that's what he was doing. Get real. And so he fires him right then.
Yeah. That was on Saturday, on Monday. That's when I got fired. You know, and I was like, what the fuck's wrong with you? You look like you lost your best friend. You know what I mean? And all this. And Don's demeanor, when I met him, it seemed like he had something on his mind. Yeah. But we talked a short while.
Goddamn, I wish this dude wasn't such a fucking liar and I completely.
Many of Dobbs' statements concern.
I never understood why Jody Sue got so offended by this statement. How does she know who was talking to who? Is she neighborhood watch? Does she stand outside and monitor what neighbor's talking to the other? She's out of her mind.
Jody Sue, she reacted to the conversation and calls him a liar pretty much throughout the entire video. In May 2021, the month before everything went down, Jody Sue went live on Facebook and expressed her feelings regarding an offer she had made that wasn't accepted by the seller.
$7,000 to try to build a $500,000 house on that piece that I hope falls off the goddamn bank. I hope her greed eats her and everybody else. Had she taken my offer, which is stupid enough to move into fucking Beach Creek in somebody else's fucking yard.
Oh, yeah. She's big mad. Hey, Jude said Jody Sue runs the HOA. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. JM said, I still believe this day that Summer was taken for money owed. Woo! Woo! She's like, if that lady had taken my offer with what? A rubber check? You don't have any money, Jody Sue. You couldn't even build the little tiny house you were talking about. You were on, what's his name? Doug something. You were on his channel. People were sending him Venmos because you didn't have one, and then you got pissed because he didn't send you the money. Oh, well, okay, that happens, but no. So you don't have the money to get one of those little manufactured tiny homes, but you made an offer? Okay, well, hell, there's $1 million house a few blocks from me. That'd be like me making an offer. April C said, because we are looking on the wrong day. TBI verified that there is proof of life of Summer the day of June 15th. That's one we can actually put to bed.
Because they know they can die. So somebody needs to maybe whisper that for the first time in history of Beach Creek, people are tired of out-of-fucking staters and out-of-towners thinking they're going to move the fuck in there and do this bullshit. I've never seen anybody move on top of anybody else that wasn't family inside of the country like this, but here we are. But the point is people would have made more had they just taken our fucking shit. And none of this would be happening and people wouldn't be in danger.
Why would anyone be in danger? Because somebody bought property on your road. Why would anyone be in danger over that? Nobody should be in danger. That's insane. Zach Walker said Summer was taken because CPS was about to knock on the door again. Don said that. When Don spoke to Clyda, he said they were coming back on the 16th. They made a visit on the 14th. I have a feeling Candace probably said something to him. CPS is here. They want to do a separate interview with just Summer. Fires Dudley, acting all weird and unsorted in front of Jackie Dobbs, who they're never going to leave alone. My goodness. My goodness. And then, like Real Rock and Robin said, and then poof, Summer's gone. Sounds like motive to me, but hey, who am I?
Oh, I don't give a
But we talked a short while, maybe 2 minutes, and he's gone, and he alerted his acquaintances.
Nobody alerted anything. The monster and I woke up from that because he had come home early in the day, and that was the plan. And the tree cutters cut out early, and whatever. I want a goddamn polygraph, and I want the rest of these motherfuckers to go fall off a cliff somewhere.
The last thing you want to do, the last thing she wants to do is take a polygraph. That thing would jump off the table and run to the next county.
Shut the whole fuck up.
And about 15 minutes later, here comes Jody and Andy Sue just raising sand. Andy.
I love when he calls him Andy Sue. I love when Jackie calls him Andy Sue. Woo! I love it.
And Jody Sue are raising hell on me. I could tell I wasn't too much welcome there.
Huh.
Although on the land, I was trespassing on my own land.
Yeah.
But
So they had an argument, the cops were called, and Dobbs ended up leaving to stay at a motel for the night. He also speaks about how Andy and Jody Sue went looking for him that night. I know Jody Sue has addressed this prior, and to my understanding, she claimed that they were searching for him because he gave them bad vibes and they wanted to know where he was to feel safe for the night. But Dobbs has another theory.
they were on the evening of the 14th. They're saying that they were looking for me.
Why were they looking for you?
I was vowing legal action against Bernard, I think.
April, hun, I don't know what you're talking about. It's the weekend before the 15th. There was proof of life. People saw Summer. You think that they didn't check the cameras at the Sonic? That they didn't talk to Hunter? I mean, they were at Warriors Park, so I don't know where you get the weekend before. If it's that easy to find those videos, April, I would think that the TBI would change the Amber Alert and say on or before June 12th instead of the 15th.
I mean,
yeah. I've had other theories too. I'm thinking something may have happened to the little girl before the 15th, and maybe they.
He has theories, but yet the feds have said they are positive Summer was fine on the 15th. But
They were looking to knock me off and plant evidence.
Huh.
Wow.
That's a.
That'd be a no, sir. Holy shit. Okay. Hi, Precious. It's time for treats.
This is a post Dobbs made way back.
Okay, because it's verified that he was at a motel. I think he said the Roadway. And he said, I may be alive today because AB, who was Andy Bernard and company, didn't know where I was. And had they allowed me to stay, they could knock me off, plant evidence, and all be well. Just my theory. Hey, it's his life and it's his theory.
The day that little girl went missing, were you even up in the Beach Creek area?
No.
Okay.
I always have to go out and walk around every hour or two, so we're walking around the ground every hour or two that afternoon.
Right.
And I'm sure that the TBI has all the tapes of that day. I hope they do anyway. On the way home on the 16th, Andy Bernard called me, and he told me he give me the TBI's number, so I called the TBI. Before I left Tennessee, I called them, and they didn't say not to leave Tennessee. So, and I didn't have a place to stay in Tennessee, so I went back down to clean up. But I talked to FBI. The FBI sent 2 guys to see me. Since I've been, or since that interview in June, they haven't been bothering me. They checked my story out, and
There you go. I kind of agree with him. It kind of seems like several people might have some, I'll say, inkling on that road as to what happened or could have happened to Summer. Because why would Andy Bernard, what was he, being a Boy Scout, call Jackie Dobbs, who he hates, and says, I gave the TBI your number. So he's like, okay, I'll call him. Then he said he called the FBI. They sent 2 dudes to talk to him. They were like, we don't need anything from you. We know where you were. We know where you were on June 15th. We don't need to talk to you anymore.
you know.
Yeah.
Dobbs also mentions Jody Sue's dog, which makes her believe he's lying.
I was hoping I'd be there and I could turn Elvis Guzman off the leash, but I don't know about that place. Jody Sue had that big ass dog up there.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Hey, let me tell you something. He could have never seen that dog. So, Dobbs, I'm going to ask, if you ever seen that dog, that means you were up further on the property at some point that you claim you were never on prior. If you ever laid eyes on that fucking dog, Dobbs, that means you were at the very top. Why? Oh, boy. Means you were there before, Dobbs.
Dobbs had posted regular.
Inspector Gadget. Inspector Gadget. My question is, Paper Slut is reading my mind. The fuck the dog gotta do with it? What's next? The dog's a witness? Come on. Well, that means, no, it does not mean anything. Eileen Driscoll. Why is Jody Sue so protective of the woods? Why were her and Andy, doesn't seem like Dawn and Candace gave a rat's ass. Why were her and Andy so threatened with new people coming on that road? I don't know. I don't know.
Regularly about missing children on his Facebook before June 15th, which is something many have found suspicious. He addressed why he was doing so.
Like I say, I was sharing those pictures from that center with good intentions.
Yeah.
You know, the Center for Missing and Exploited Children.
At the end of the interview, Don B. and Dobbs had a good talk on where the focus needs to be, but Jody Sue was still very upset.
Yeah, I mean, looking back on all that now, you probably had no idea what was coming, did you?
Hell no, he didn't. Nicey Marie said, dogs roam. We know that. You can't believe that these people are, and I'm not talking about everybody on the road. I'm not talking about Hawkins County. I'm talking about our short list of cast of characters. They're not what I would call responsible pet owners, okay? So Jody Sue thinking she's got this big ace in the hole because he spotted a dog is redonkulous, okay? Redonkulous.
I had no idea. It's the craziest thing that ever happened to me in my life, Don.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, what we can, I mean, everybody just needs to settle down.
Yeah.
And because we have to stop and think, what would Summer want? That's what we've got to strive to do is you know, if Summer would want us to not.
I'll tell you, Summer wouldn't like most of you motherfucking YouTubers. These are facts. You people suck. She wouldn't like.
Okay, well, what about you? What about you? What about you, Jody? You've had a lot to say. Where were you before? How many calls did you make to the police saying there's something going on up there? Those kids are in danger. How many calls did she make to CPS? She knows everything, according to her. Saying Summer wouldn't like none of you YouTubers. You really think that she's like, oh, but I love you so much, Jody. I mean, you did so much to keep me out of the predicament of me going missing.
Like shit any of you motherfuckers are doing. That's what Summer, you pieces of shit.
You know, whether the outcome's going to be good or bad, you know, she would want us to focus on her and not us.
She wouldn't like most of you motherfuckers.
I agree with this so much, Hey Jude. I agree with this. Scott H. said Summer's case will be solved when Beach Creek wants solved. And I agree. What a great statement. You know what? Might get some answers. Cha-ching. Our reward fund. Somebody might come out of the cracks and say, well, now I do remember this happening. And if you want to hear from it, you're going to have to remove a couple warrants. Going to have to forget about, some fines I owe. And let's get to it. Yeah, that's a great statement. Because we got a lot of secrets. We have a lot of secrets going on.
So her in the back of the seat of the truck there, that is awful. Kind of.
Dobbs, Jody Sue, Andy, and this land dispute may not have anything to do with Summer's disappearance, but I do feel that there seems to be many coincidences happening all at once. We have a piece of land being sold to an outsider, the land dispute on the 14th. Also on the 14th, Dudley gets fired and Don is acting in a noticeable way, according to both Dobbs and Dudley, all on the 14th. On top of that, we've been told that Don began taking the Subaru to work only a few days prior to the 15th. Then poof, on the 15th, Summer vanishes right in the middle of a CPS investigation. I can't help but to wonder, was this the perfect opportunity for the abductor, supposedly someone known to Summer, to put the blame on someone else? Could it have been part of an intentional build-up of the perfect storm for the perfect crime? Or is it all coincidental? What do you think?
Yeah, go check out Criminal. She does great work. What do they say in these cases? Coincidence is evidence. Coincidence is evidence. Now, again, from the great Jody Sue and from the great Criminal, she said that Candace asked her to change her story. Here's the thing. Nobody should be talking to Kansas. I said Kansas. Can't. If we remember, June 17th, we're on high alert. Okay? Can't and Grandis, they go to Allie's house. They want to know. Well, can't anyway. She wants to know, what did you tell the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation? Hunter spills a few beans and she goes, well, that better be all you told them. Okay. Now, according to Jody Sue, Can't reached out to her and asked her to change her story. Everything that is said from this short list of cast of characters, you have to take with a grain of salt. Okay? Especially those that want to stay, shall I say, relevant. Now, I do believe Allie's daughter true, 100%. Because Allie just takes a phone call and she's like, here, True will tell you about it. She didn't have time to make anything up. This is like right off the top of her head. Something that she remembered that went on in front of her that really stuck in her brain. Okay? And look at that. This is sticking in my brain. Look at this. Angel P gifted more Crime Lines and Lies memberships. Eileen, welcome to the family. Lindsay, Canadian Cookie. Woo! Teresa Stott, come on. Come on, pile in. Bubbly Beth, come on in.
This was released by Jody Sue quite a while back, but I do believe it's worth to have a second look at, since it's kind of a big deal when the mother of a missing child tries to make the neighbor change her story about when she last saw her daughter before she went missing. Let's have a listen.
Because I'm not lying and I have no reason to lie. And I'm not going to change the fucking story for anybody. And I know the last place I saw Summer. And, you know, but after all these months, to ask me to change my story, you know, I don't. And for that one piece that, and I don't get it because, like, that was something others had already let on mine. I mean, others had seen Dawn in the shower and knew of him being in the shower Summer.
I wish he'd spit those marbles out of her mouth. I mean, others had seen Dawn in the shower, and I knew of him being in the shower with Summer. I just don't get it. You know, Jody, the amount of things you don't get could fill the Grand Canyon. The amount of shit she claims to just not understand could fill the Grand Canyon. If I even heard a rumor of a grown-ass man showering with a little girl, a little boy, I'd be on the horn. I don't have to see it for myself. No way. I'll be calling somebody saying this has got to get checked out pronto. But Jody, I just can't understand it. Hang on. If a, let's say, person of interest tells you to change your story, I wouldn't be telling YouTube, you moron. I'd be telling Pruitt, TBI, FBI. I'd make sure all their asses knew. It's a wonder with all her different stories she hadn't gotten herself into some kind of trouble. Hold on. I'm not Pam Brooks. Why do you use other creators' content and don't give them recognition? Who have I not given recognition to? How many times? Who the hell are you? How many times have I said, go give them a visit? Watch it over there. I'm only going to show part of this so they get the view. This is criminal. Who are you to come into my living room and accuse me of something that I don't do? Why don't you go to other channels that use my content and then they go, I don't know who this is. I bet you won't do that, idiot.
So when I said it, maybe it's just that they thought it held more weight than other people, like, say, Prayer Garden or Jenna or all these others. But, you know, for some reason it was taken as this piece they wanted me to change, you know, winking on it, money in her teeth, which also line up with the messages released by Cher, if those are real, because you have to doubt around it, can't. But the date and time line up with what, you know, all that.
You know, here I'm trying to be nice because we just had Christmas and a lot of stuff going on. Here, it's only Monday, 10:25 on a Monday, and we already have our Idiot of the Week. Seriously? You outdid yourself, Pam. Send me an email and I'll get your shirt to you. Okay, I need the size. Obviously, I'm going to need an address. Okay, but yeah, you won. You're going to get the CLL Idiot of the Week shirt. And since you lied, you get one of these.
No, not you. Not you. Your organization's terrible. Your organization's terrible. Let's go. Go ahead. Quiet. Quiet. Go ahead. She's asking a question. Don't be rude. Don't be rude. Don't be rude. No, I'm not going to give you a question. I'm not going to give you a question. You are fake news.
Come on back, Pam. Send me an email.
Timeline up of what? Yeah.
Here we go again. Brooks, it's okay. I'm sure you're already wearing the idiot t-shirt. No, I've got one that says Okie Proud. So some people would say I'm wearing an idiot t-shirt, but that's what I got on. That's right.
You know, all that. So it's really screwed up situation.
Why do you think Candace would ask Jody Sue to change that part of her story? To me, that's a huge deal, and shouldn't it go under witness intimidation or something like that? Anyway.
It damn sure should. Let me tell you why. Criminal is exactly right. Shouldn't that be under some sort of witness intimidation, something like that? Not that I believe Jody Sue was a witness to anything, but if this really happened, again, big old grain of salt. Big old grain of salt. Remember, when Allie had the business card from the agent at the TBI, don't know the name, don't care, because God forbid everybody start calling going, I'm going to hold for that guy that gave Allie the business card. Okay? They were very interested. Remember, they said to Allie and to Hunter, do not talk to Can't. They didn't say Dawn. They didn't say Grandis. They didn't say each other. They didn't say you all can't discuss the case again, amongst each other. They didn't say Andy. They didn't say Jody Sue. They didn't say Laura. They didn't say Fred. They said, don't talk to Can't. So they were really interested that she showed up to ask them what they had been saying and took it a step further and said, what is she driving? Boy, that stood out, didn't it? Boy, that stood up.
Anyway, it doesn't look right. Or what do you think?
I know you too.
Woo! Woo! And just for Pam, I'm going to play another clip. This is when Dawn, this is from Jonathan Lee Riches. He shared this, and it's a phone call between Dawn Wells and Molly. Are you okay with that, Pam? Do we need Pam's permission? Pam? Pam that eats spam? Where are you? Pam, make sure you share this video. Give it a like.
Hired from that particular job or like
From
the
that
company?
builder, yes.
Oh, no.
From that builder. Well, they're the biggest builder that we have in the area.
Whoa. Wait, you're telling me Tucker? Tucker is not working with you anymore?
From Orth.
Oh, from Orth.
Yeah.
Are you with Tucker? Are you still with Tucker?
No, I'm with Tucker still.
Oh.
They have other builders, but from Orth Construction, which is one of our biggest builders, but they don't want me on their jobs no more.
That wasn't my intention. I honestly. Let me ask you a question. Would you have talked to me if it was just me and Candace wasn't there?
Well, I don't know, man. Everybody's been freaking out. You just gotta understand. I mean, I know you understand. I mean, let's just try to work this out.
I'm a dumb bitch.
Move forward and make this about Summer, okay?
That's all.
Okay, looks like Pam has another account and is back. Sassy Pants. Brooks, this is the Village of Idiots. Woo! Woo! She's talking about me and all of you. This Village of Idiots. Well, Spaz Pants, these are my friends. We're talking about Summer Wells. If you need Jonathan Lee Rich's link, JLR Investigates, I'll get it to you. Okay? Okay, shit pants? Okay?
All I've been doing, you know.
Okay.
I can't think of anything else but that little girl.
Okay, I appreciate that. I really do, because that's all I can think about.
Where can I go? What can I do for you? Because you told us to go search. I can't remember because 2 of them left. I can't text them.
The only thing that I can say on that.
The park with the waterfall.
This is what I know. Somebody come up here and took our beautiful daughter.
Yeah.
But we don't know who. We don't know how. I mean, we know how. They had to grab her and took her down, put her in a car, drove her out of here. But that's all we know. I mean, that's all we know.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know if I can handle this anymore.
Know for a fact.
I don't know if I can handle this anymore. It's driving me nuts.
I can't. You know what? You're just like me. You're stuck in that. You don't have a choice. Like me, I don't have a choice. I'm in it, and I don't have a choice. I pray for my daughter. I've been sick in the dog for 4 or 5 months. You know, just.
How are you sick? What's wrong with you? Did you go to the doctor? Did you go to the doctor? What's going on with you?
Oh no, I mean just sick over my daughter.
I'm sorry. I thought you meant like medically.
A girl that I love with all my heart. Someone stole.
Man. Well.
Candace loves her with all of her heart. Trust me.
I mean, is there ever times that you wonder?
Don't think on this phone call Molly's buying this, okay? Don't think on this phone call Jonathan Lee Riches, JLR Investigates, full credit, who shared it, is convinced. Okay? Please, no. No. Just like I wasn't convinced of all those interviews we did with Stacey Wonder. I wasn't convinced of anything he said. I'm just like, let the fool talk. Let the fool talk. Exactly, Poppy Red Mustang. He loves her so much that he can't stop crying. Hold on. Somebody sent me a message on my messenger. They got booted. Hold on. Jennifer said I got booted. Oh, never mind. That's not here. Okay. Not from here. Something about Discord. This is what he said about how distraught he is.
Every night when I wake up to piss before I go to sleep, I go to sleep. I go to sleep every night praying for Summer and begging God and asking Him why. Very first thought I have every night when I wake up to piss before I go to sleep, I go to sleep. I go to sleep every night praying for Summer and begging God and asking Him why. Very hard, trust me.
I mean, is there ever times that you wonder?
Because she's just been scared of y'all, and you haven't been able to talk to her. But trust me, if you got to know her, you would come to believe what I believe.
Yeah, she's not really liking me a lot, and
it's just because of all the shit that all these other YouTubers. You gotta think about Cher.
Yeah, she's gross.
I don't know.
No, she's trying to get that reward money. That girl, the girl from Canada.
All of them's turned on her.
Well,
yeah. What the hell? Anyone convinced? Between the piss story, he can't stop crying. Candace doesn't talk to anybody because she's scared of these people. We heard that recently with Katie Proudfoot. people say pleading the fifth, and that's kind of taken out of context. But what mother does not advocate for her missing child at any age? At any age. Why would you? Why would you? I'm sorry. Why would you not? It makes no sense. None at all. But you guys have been absolutely great. Again, I apologize for my absence last week. As you know, we had a death in the family. And those things happen. Oh, Muscles and Mascara. Look at that. She said, move on, dirtbag. Oh, yeah. We've had a few of them today, Muscles. We've had a few of them. Well, I want to say thank you to all the support for this channel. Long-term members, gift and memberships. You guys are absolutely amazing. So I hope you have a great rest of your Monday, getting the house organized after Christmas, getting back to work, all that stuff. Poppy Red Mustang, I love you being here too. So I will see you back here tomorrow. We have a special guest coming on to talk about Sebastian. Hope you all can make it. Love your faces. And I will see you tomorrow.